All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our third debate for the day. This time, the debate is for the position of School of Science male and female representatives. Here with me, I have Megan Ashley and Adrian Tay, the current office bearers of this year's School of Science representatives. And our contesting candidates for today's debate will be Rainier William and Maiza Ayu Zafira, both from Ignovitus. And apart from our participants, my name is Sean Pan. I'm the returning officer who will be moderating today's debate. With me, I also have my deputy returning officer, Alethea Goh Chien Yin, in the background, sort of helping me with the stream. All right. I just have a few notes for the audience in the YouTube live. Keep your comments respectful, meaning that please don't have any hate speech, racial remarks, homophobic remarks, anything like that. And also, remember to drop your comments in the YouTube live chat. There will be a section in the debate where I will take your questions and present them to the candidates. So if you have anything you would like to clear with them for their manifestos or their background or anything at all, just drop them in the comments and I will get to that. Now, let's talk about the agenda today so that everyone is clear about what is going to happen. So first we have the intro by Election Commission, which is what I'm doing now. After we discuss the itinerary, we will move on to the opening statements by Rainier and Maiza, where this will give them a chance to talk about their manifestos and sort of overall make a good first impression. After this, we don't have any opposing candidates today in this debate, so we will skip the Q&A or cross-examination by candidates and move straight on to Q&A by office bearers. This will be when Adrian and Megan get the chance to talk to Rainier and Maiza regarding their manifesto and ask them any questions. And after that, the Q&A audience will commence, where I will take some of your questions from the comment section, and I will be the one asking Rainier and Maiza your questions. After that, we will have closing statements by both Rainier and Maiza, and we will conclude with closing by me. And with that, I would like to pass the mic on to Rainier and Maiza. The floor is yours for your opening statement, guys. Good luck.
Good afternoon, respective our current SOS reps and the audience. We are your fellow SOS friends. My name is Rainier. I'm studying science.
And I am Maiza, studying medical bioscience.
We are currently in our year 2, semester 1, and on this very day, we run as male and female rep for SOS with the intent to resolve SOS student concerns, to improve course experience, and a main focus of ours to enrich student life in university, particularly with exposures to activities relating to individuals' pursued science degrees.
The School of Science has lacked a major feature that other schools are enjoying. Students in School of Engineering and IT are actively equipped with programs and projects that provide them with the engagement, networking, and experience for their courses, as well as their future career. This gives a weightier value to their degree, develops career interests, and help create a strong and compelling CV. We see it as right and imperative for SOS students to also benefit from these privileges in university life. One step toward this is by setting up career fairs. There are a number of workshops and talks as of recently, and this has undoubtedly benefited students. Nevertheless, STEM-related career fairs are an irreplaceable element. We understand that many science students are still unsure of what they're going to do with their science degrees. Thus, by doing this, we hope to instill a sense of direction and an interest in the future prospects that a science degree can offer them.
To broaden student exposure to science-related activities outside campus, we intend to establish student chapters for SOS students. We see student chapters as exciting involvements that enrich study experience, and so far there has not been any student chapters established for SOS students. These student chapters that we are establishing will be relevant to students of Bachelor of Science, students of Medical Bioscience, as well as students of Food Science. Also important to us is that for all these initiatives, workshops, fairs, and student chapters, to be easily accessible and come under the notice of all science students. Therefore, to allow for easy and efficient access to essential information, we plan on making Instagram a gateway to all details regarding SOS. By this, we mean organizing the IG highlights to showcase all relevant upcoming events and activities for easy navigation.
We also understand that in making events such as these, many of us are looking towards events specific to our degree. Therefore, we aim to appoint 3 major representatives to delegate more course-relevant initiatives. This includes each representative being in charge of moderating an announcement group chat on various social media platforms that is catered specifically for events and updates. We are well aware of the current WhatsApp announcement group and the benefit it has brought to the table. However, we would like to tailor it even more specific to each major. Thus, we would like to propose 3 WhatsApp announcement groups for each science course. On top of helping collect SSLC feedback forms, the major representatives will collect face-to-face feedback from the students in their course and report back to us regarding needed changes and problems with course-related issues.
Now, there are times when the student interests are high, but attendance rates to the events are low, often due to clashing schedules of students. To fix this unfortunate situation, we will be creating recap sessions where important snippets from every event are posted, as well as notes, important links, and likes. And of course, carrying on the culture, we will be holding numerous leisure events. An innovation we plan on implementing is opening the floor for ideas from SOS students to vote on the events to be held next. This will be through our this or that stories that will be open for students to vote, and this they will decide on elements for the events. Finally, an activity yet to be conducted and also suggested by some SOS students are trips. We plan to hold trips to places like industries, labs, museums, etc., to familiarize SOS students with science, workplaces, and venues, and for the experience of it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much for your manifesto and opening statement, Rainier and Maisa. I definitely understood that very well. I don't mean to come across as sarcastic, I'm sorry. Anyway, I would like to pass off to the office bearers for the first Q&A session. Megan and Adrian, the floor is yours. You may ask the candidates anything that you can come to mind.
Okay, hi. Okay, I'll just start off straight to the questions. Due to budget constraints, how will the both of you be able to arrange trips for all the different majors in the School of Science, as stated in your manifesto?
Can we have some time to discuss first? Thank you.
Can?
So on that, we will be. Thank you for the question, by the way. For that, we'll be planning the events in advance, and as much as possible, we plan to cater to everyone's to all the majors here. But we'll start planning it and see how our budget works around that, and we also consider on transportation and how we'll be conducting that, and we were thinking of using carpool if that would help a lot on the budget, especially in terms of transportation.
On top of this, we can also collaborate with other clubs, so there's science clubs, in order to increase the budget that we can have for the trips. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. My next question is, I've read your manifesto and it's very career and academic centric. So could you tell us more about some non-career related initiatives that you guys have in mind for the upcoming year?
Okay, so thanks for the question. Yeah, for I guess like that would fall under like leisure activities then, and yeah, we would like to also carry the culture on having leisure activities, and that means creating a strong unity in the SOS community. And by that, we would make events like it has to do with the this or that initiative. So we will make like, we want the students to engage in the events that we're going to have. So is it either pizza or burgers for a certain event? Is it Halloween party, or is it like a pajama party like on other events? And these are the things that we will be doing.
Yeah, and we believe that by doing this will engage the student more because it'll make them feel like, oh, I was involved in planning this event. Therefore, this might increase the turnout rates and also in the engagement rates for these type of events. Thank you.
Sorry,
Okay.
as for event specifics, we haven't thought of that. We haven't planned that thoroughly as of now. But then we'll be carrying on like competitions that we have in the past as well.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward, I would also like to ask, what contributions have you done on behalf to understand the science community better? And if you're okay, wait, just it's okay. I'll just stop there first. Okay.
Okay. Can we have our discussion time? Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for the questions. So, being a science student ourselves and having attended many classes ourselves, we understand the student concerns and also what could be improved in terms of this university experience for School of Science. Thank you.
Okay, since you said you're very involved in the classes and stuff like that, um, there's a thought that I have, which is, how would you guys further improve the peer mentoring program we have currently, or the mentor mentee program? To clarify, peer mentoring is the program we have for students, new students especially, to get to know their seniors after orientation. It's a 3-week program now, and it's physical. So, how will you improve this program?
Right. So on the peer mentoring program, one of the things that we realized is that it may not have as much exposure, and we and therefore we implement for it to be more announced and for more people to know about it. And one of the ways to do that is on our IG highlights. One of the events, one of the initiatives that we're putting up, one of the highlights will be the peer mentoring program, so that more people can be aware of it, and the sign up registration will also be there, for the mentors and for the new students to be aware of that.
In addition to that, during orientation, we will definitely promote this whole peer mentoring program, and we will explain to them, and we will give them relevant links and relevant documents that they can read to further know what this peer mentoring program is.
Okay, so continuing from that, may I know your thoughts also on how to improve the mentor mentee program? Since the mentor mentee program, the mentor is usually the lecturers and the mentee is usually the students. And students are actually really afraid to approach the mentors, and that's what makes engagement for this program quite low. So, how will you improve further on that, and what steps will you take to encourage students to interact with their mentors? Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the question. Can you have 1 minute to talk about that? Thank you. So for that, we can help like setting up like icebreaking activities and mingling activities with certain amount of frequency, so that this will allow the mentors and the mentee to get to know each other more. And so if that happens, like you'll be more relaxed when you come, when you meet your mentors, and they'll help in the study as well. Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna pass it on to Adrian to ask his following questions as well. So, Adrian.
Okay, thanks, Megan. So, hi guys. So, my first
Hello.
question would be, do you guys think there is anything lacking within the current 2022 MUSA source team? If so, how do you think you can improve it? Okay, that just be it.
Okay. We'll think through it first. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing that, and this has to do with our manifesto as well, and it's regarding the course relevance in terms of events and the likes. So we believe that some of the events that are pushed out from Instagram, though relevant as it is for all of us, as helpful as it is for all of us, but then at times when we come across the post, we think like, oh, these events are not relevant to us, particularly because it has to do with a different course. And so what we plan to do is by using the course representatives, it will help us to make sure we accommodate to all the different courses when we push out events via their help suggesting on course relevant things matters.
Yeah, and on top of that, I also felt that as a biomedical student myself, I felt that there were not a lot of events that were pushed out this year that catered to my major. Therefore, this may cause other biomedical students to to not engage well with the posts or the events that the SOS has pushed out. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
You
Okay, so I'd like to follow up on the course rat thingy. So, what are your expectations and specific job roles for this course rat, and how do you think this change can really improve the community, like what you said before? Can you further explain on that?
Right. Okay. So for the course reps itself, there will be two roles that we have implemented here, and one of them is actually having to do with the feedback mechanism. Though we have the SSLC and the SET2 and all these other feedback forms, sometimes it comes across the question on like how to improve these feedbacks, right? And one of them is that we want to hear we want to hear feedbacks physically from the students because we think that results to higher response rates. So we will have the course representative meeting with students in their course in their units, and then this will happen in a certain frequency that we will set later and asking specific questions, and then we will be meeting with them in focus groups and we'll be hearing from them, and they will represent basically the concerns of the students. Another role that the course representative will do is that they will work together with the committee, especially the event committee, in suggesting specific events, helping give information and insights on certain companies, this initiative, that internship, that fair. Yes, so that's our answer
Okay,
for that.
that sounds good. Thank you. Okay, so my last question I'd like to ask is that do you see a communication gap between the current MUSA source and the student body? Like we have already done things like Discord server, more WhatsApp announcement group, or like yeah, just sharing it like that. How do you think that you can improve the communication gap and participation rate?
Okay, can we have our discussion time? Thank you.
Okay, so with regards to communication gap, one of the thing we will be addressing is with regard to feedbacks. So why feedback? Because this relates to like how communication, how much we are in touch with the community, and one of the ways we're going to improve that is whenever we do feedbacks like the SSLC, we will update the students certain like progress and the feedbacks. Like we will show them that we're pushing this out to faculty, and we'll be hearing from their response. And so this will cause them a greater trust to us, and that way we'll have more feedbacks, and we'll be more in touch with them as well. Also, we hope to be increasing the interaction between us and the community by having events having events where, as we discussed earlier, the students can be also engaged in like in making these events so feel part of it, and that way we're seeing more of these students, interacting with them more, and therefore we're covering more of them, of the student body, and we'll be in hopes we'll be in closer relationship and coming to terms with them closer.
Yep. And physically as well, we will try to approach some SOS students in order to make them more familiar with us. Therefore, they could build a more stronger relationship with us as well, and therefore this would allow them to give their improvements or tell us about their concerns as an SOS student, and which will allow us to help them and provide possible solutions.
Okay, thank you. So that's
Thank
nice.
you.
I think that's all from me. Megan, do you have anything else to ask?
No, it's all right.
Okay, I think that's all from us, Sean. I think we can pass it on to you now.
Thank you very much, office bearers, for your questions. Now, when we move on from the office bearer Q&A, up next is our chance to let the audience propose any questions to our candidates. Now, please be mindful that the more questions that you ask Rainier and MUSA, the more opportunities you are giving them to impress us with their manifesto. So please just ask away any comments that you have in the questions at all. Since there are no questions, I think I will start a 5-minute countdown. And if there are no questions by the end of this 5 minutes, then we will move on from there. All right, we have one question. This one is from Jamal Ahmad. For Rainier and MUSA, how do you intend to accommodate students of different backgrounds and majors into a cohesive School of Engineering community?
Okay. Can we answer now?
Yes.
Yeah, I assume that's School of Science. First of all, I think we will approach it from like our own initiatives, as in with all the events that we'll be pushing out with, we're going to show them how we as the representatives are also engaged in making friends with all sorts of people. We'll be mingling with all different people from different culture, different nationalities, and therefore, this will also encourage everyone else to be doing the same as well. Right, I think that's from us. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, guys. Do we have any other questions? Let's give the audience one more minute before we move on. Another question from Jamal Ahmad. Okay, so for Rainier and MUSA, with the shift from online study to full in-person classes, how does the School of Science representatives plan to engage the community into bonding events, fueling their ideas and concerns?
Okay, thank you, Jamal Ahmad, for the question. So with that, we believe that actually the point in our manifesto on holding this or that Instagram post where people can engage and create our events, that will be a great help in causing people to, especially people who are people who are not in online class in campus classes for all these times. That's a strong incentive for them to be engaging in our activities. Also, with the competition that I hinted on earlier, like that's also something that we'll be working hard on, because we believe that if we have like competitions like we had in the past with like the mask decorating competitions, this has a high involvement rate, and people will be interested in doing these, even if they're doing it from home, right?
Also, in addition to that, the focus group that we are going to have will be held physically, and this will include students from different majors and different backgrounds as well. And therefore, by doing this, we can hear the concerns of people around campus as well, right? And we can delegate solutions for that. And in addition to that as well, we are planning on utilizing our IG stories, for example, as an information page where we can maybe show possible places in campus to study to help people who have transitioned from the online learning to offline learning in order for them to have a good campus experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rainy and Maisa. We do also have another question from Ms. Liao here. So Ms. Liao asks, as some students do not acknowledge that what is MUSA School of Science sometimes, how would you guys want to make it more recognizable, and what are your strategies in doing so?
Okay, I think with regards to this, we associate this with how sometimes the post and the events they are pushing out is not really capturing the attention of the students. So one initiative they were planning is to make like joint events with other schools, and we believe that this is going to be helpful in creating the hype and the engagement for students to want to engage in our activities. And we want to, we will be. Okay, Maisa, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, we'll also make ourselves known in the orientation in order for the new science students to know who we are, and therefore we can promote our platforms. We can promote our MUSA Sauce Instagram page. We can share our links in the form of QRs or just links through chats in order for them to be more updated and more aware of these type of things. Thank you for the
Great question.
questions. Aye.
Thank you, Rainy and Maisa. We do also have another question from Ms. Cheryl Then. She asks, I understand that there are 3 courses in School of Science, Biomed, FST, and General Sciences. When you mentioned course relevance when it comes to events, are you referring to the 3 different courses or different majors? Considering there are so many majors and minors in general science, how do you plan to accommodate everyone?
Okay, so with regard to this, we will be, as we said, we will be implementing this course relevance thing with course representatives. And with regards to like School of Med Bioscience, with School of Food Science, they're pretty obvious where that's going. However, yes, we understand that with School of Science, there's many majors to that. And for me, myself being there, we believe that, yes, there's a challenge in that. However, to tackle this situation, first of all, we will be starting with 3 course representatives, because this is where we're going to start off this new initiative to see a pilot study and see how effective it is. And from there, we will be building on to 5. So why 5? Because in the School of Science, for the Bachelor of Science, there we'll be grouping, as of now, our implementation here is to be grouping applied microbiology, biotechnology, bioinformatics as one, and then we have the environmental science, and then we also have the, sorry guys for the other one, the medicinal chemistry. Okay, so we'll be having 5 of this. And why is this such a way? Because in implementing our career fairs, we'll be asking for these course representatives to be helping us out and arranging these fairs with relevant materials from these courses. And with integration of these 3, with regards to applied microbiology, biotechnology, bioinformatics, we believe that the course is highly integrated, and that's the best compromise or middle ground that we can make in order to accommodate to everyone's need, as well as make it feasible and possible for us to manage all this together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And we have another question from Ryan. He asks, how exactly will student chapter initiatives be tailored to the 3 specific courses?
Thanks for the question. So for the student chapters, we will be, as we have now known, there's actually one student chapter that's that's relevant to us science students is called the ACS, American Chemistry Society. However, this does not actually fall under SOS. This falls under School of Engineering. But as we see in this one example, this is tailored for chemistry students. And there's another one called American Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. And that is actually one affiliation, one organization that we have contacted a week ago. And so we will be establishing connection with associations that are focusing and that have relevance in the field of the course that we are studying, say molecular biology, biochemistry. We will also be doing environmental science, and so on and so forth.
Yes, and because by doing this, we believe that students that falls under those respective courses, they will be more inclined to want to join these student chapters. Therefore, we can actually establish different ones that tailors to their course. Thank
But
you.
also, just to add a little on that, in making these course student chapters, will be starting off one by one because this is a new engagement and a new initiative, and we'll be building on slowly. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rainier and Maisa. We also have another one by Ms. Sabrina Vindarko. She asks, as the division of students are very polarized, there are more med bio students than, say, FST students. How will you make it sure that all of the students are equally represented?
Thank you for the question, Sabrina. So on that, we understand the issue of the polarization here, where there's different numbers of students here and there. However, we will see to it that in as far as the courses are concerned, we will be accommodating to them equally, and we'll be accommodating to them so that everyone, regardless of how small they are, how small the population are in a certain course, will be representing their needs.
And also, we will be appointing subcoms, right? And we hope that the subcoms will be from different backgrounds, and therefore we can hear out their concerns. And we also have friends from different backgrounds, and we can go around and make more friends from different courses in order to hear out their concerns and delegate them. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rainier. Thank you, Maisa. We also have another question from Chong Chiao Yi. How do you ensure anonymity through focus group? Since feedback collection has to remain anonymous, especially when MUSA School of Science is collecting them. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So for the focus groups, maybe to clarify on that, is that we will be meeting with the course representatives, and these course representatives will have already did their part in going around their classes, going to meet people in their units and asking them questions based on the survey. And from there on, we will be receiving feedbacks from the whole student body. So it will be anonymous as far as the reports to us is, because we won't see like who, who is saying these things, but we'll just get this information from the course representatives.
Yeah, and as far as the survey goes, we won't ask for any details regarding the students, and there's going to be the course rep will collect those, and so therefore there won't be any names mentioned to us. So the anonymity goes as far as that for now. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rainier and Maisa. There are no further questions, so let us give our audience an extra 1 minute to see if anyone comes up with an extra question or if there are really no other questions remaining. And all right, we are a little bit fast in terms of our timing. So before we move on, would the OBs have any other questions or any other statements they might like to make for Rainier and Miza?
No, all good from me.
Yeah, all good on our
Right.
side.
With that, then we can pass the floor back to Rainier and Miza for their chance at closing off with their closing statement.
Okay. To wrap up, we would like to thank the respective RO, Sean, the DRO, Alethea, the current OBs, Megan and Adrian, and the students watching as well, and everyone watching this live stream right now, for taking the time to hear our presentation, and also for asking such good questions. We're very grateful and appreciative for this opportunity to run as the next SOS rep.
We aspire to be the student's voice for the next coming year. Over and above, we desire to serve and represent the SOS student body to ensure that every student shall embark upon a fulfilling quality experience in their time as SOS students.
If anyone would like to ask us any further questions, please do not hesitate on doing so. We would be more than happy to answer all of you. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raina and Miza. Okay, like they said, I would also like to extend the EC's gratitude towards everyone who is participating in the live stream. Thank you so much for coming in and tuning in to watch us and giving Raina and Miza the chance to answer your questions based on their manifesto. Now, this was the debate for the School of Science representative positions. This was Rainier William and Miza Ayuzarifa, and the current office bearers Megan Ashley and Adrian Tate. Our next debate is for the School of Business, where the candidate is Irfan bin Afandi. So tune in to check him out for his manifesto then. We also have a few platforms for further information regarding the election. Of course, there's the Discord server. There's also MUSA Instagram account. There's also the MUSA website. And our election guide has been published yesterday. So do check all of these platforms out for more information and for more timings regarding further debates. With that, I would like to thank everyone for watching and participating, and have a good day.